Well, shooters and reloaders out there, Fortune Cookie 45 LC coming to you from the hot lead zone, and the hallmark of the Thompson Center Contender and Thompson Center Encore, or the G2, is interchangeability, modularity of the stocks and forends and barrels, so that you can put on and change calibers in minutes. And you can switch from the rifle calibers to shotgun calibers to muzzle loaders, all of that. So this one gun will let you do so many versatile things. The only problem is that it's not a repeater, it's not a semi-automatic, it's not a bolt action, it's not a lever action, it's a single shot hand-fed rifle. And it also adapts into pistol mode. So tonight I'd like to talk to you about scope mounting systems that would be maximized for modularity and interchangeability on your Thompson Center Contender or G2 or Encore. We're going to focus on the tremendously popular Encore system that Thompson Center provides. So what we have here is a separate base and separate rings. Now if you get a one-piece system that has base and rings together, like the DNZ Game Reaper or the Tally type of mounts, then you lose the interchangeability and modularity because you won't be able to take the scope off easily without dismounting the rings. But if you have quick detachable rings, like these here are loopholed quick detachable rings. They're steel, they have torque screws, and just by simply unscrewing these little finger locks, you can take the scope off the base. But when you want to put it back on and you tighten it up, they tighten up very securely, and the mounting is reproducible, repeatable, so you don't lose your zero either. So what's key here is the base, because once you put the rings on, so for instance, say we take this off and the scope comes right off, as you see, and you leave the base on each barrel. So if you have the base, the same base on all your barrels, you simply put the scope on like this, and the scope will go on all of the barrels that you have for complete interchangeability and modularity. Now this happens to be a Warren base. It's all steel and it's made precisely so that all of these base mounting holes are the same. And by the way, Thompson Center has set this up so that the scope mount bases, when they're on there, do not get in the way of the iron sights that Thompson Center supplies on some of their barrels. Now most Thompson Center Encore owners know this already about the modularity of scope mounts and quick detachable rings. But for those of you out there who are thinking about going with an Encore system, and you're kind of making a decision to go or not, this might help you to even make the decision easier. So there's that interchangeability changed into a stainless steel barrel, 28-inch stainless steel barrel, and it only took like 3 minutes, including changing the scope. Now when you buy the Warren base, it comes with the torque wrench already, 4 mounting screws, and the base itself. And because it's steel, this is quite substantial. That weighs about 4 ounces. Now, Warren is a company in Tualatin, Oregon. So, buying American, you got it with the Warren scope mount base. Now, because it's made out of steel, this is on the pricey side at $40 for this kit. But for that, you get very good quality and repeatability. Now, for those of you who prefer a lighter base made out of aluminum alloy, then a good one would be the Weaver. Now, Weaver as a company is located in Anoka, Minnesota. So it's also US made, 100%, but it's made out of aluminum. So it's very light compared to the Warren. And it's a lot less expensive. This is like $13. And they give you not torque screws, but regular slotted head screws, and you use a regular screwdriver to install these bases. But you could easily put these bases on each barrel and then have your scope set for that base and be able to interchange them also. So whether you go with the Weaver or the Warren, you got good US made scope mount bases, and they actually export these to other countries because there's other languages on this paperwork. Now, if you have desire for more weight, the Warren is an easy choice. If you want less weight because you're packing in the backcountry and you want to save weight, then the Weaver is a good one to go. They're both good bases, and I prefer the Warren because more weight is what I want when I'm shooting heavy kicking calibers. A little bit more weight will reduce the recoil, and that's always a advantageous thing to get. So there you go. Bye for now.